Hey guys, welcome back everyone. Today I just wanted to take you on a little update tour of my mini temperate greenhouse here. It's a bit of a cloudy day, so perfect for filming. Let's just go in here and have a look. It's currently 26 Celsius in here, so it's not bad. It's close to 80. I'm just doing it back up here. And yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a tour of everything that's going on. So ignore that big fan, that's there for really hot days, and it actually just blows the hot air out. I did get this mini fan that I'm going to try to figure out how to turn off here, and that way it's not buzzing on us. And yeah, that guy, he just sits on the floor with the door wide open on like really hot days, because when it's 30 degrees outside, it's 40 degrees in here. And I don't let it go, I try not to let it get too much above 40 in here. But everything is just loving it, loving it. So I wanted to show you the mini bogs, mainly focus on the Sarracenias. I was just coming out here to do a little bit of maintenance and stuff like that, and thought, well, I'll bring you guys along for the ride. I brought my trusty pair of scissors because I'm going to be snipping off some of the old dried Sarracenia pitchers now that it's nicely getting used to it in here. It's interesting. I divided these up this year. I put these Sarracenia in a low growing tray, so they don't have much water. They're a low tray, not low growing tray. It's quite a high pot. And I put these guys in a basically flooded tray, and I flooded up over the rim of the plants. They've done so well, looking really nice. Good pictures on these guys. Even though they get a little bit less light than these. They're coming along, but the Sarracenia really likes to be flooded. Sorry, I'm just kind of picking away as we go here. I see mosses and weeds in there. My Flava arugulae are getting a bit of color in them. These are seed growing. They're not the biggest ones. There's some bigger ones I planted last year in the bog pots below, which I'll show you in a minute. Couple seedling Judith Hindles down here. Starting to look like Judith Hindle, kind of. You can see them there. So, anybody that says nepenthes don't like the heat and the sun, this is very, very bright here, like really bright, really, really hot. And my nepenthes sundews are just going crazy. They've got so many flower stalks on them, it's great. I really was about to give up on these guys. Not that they're hard to grow, just that I didn't have space to grow them, which is why they're out here. But, got a couple Elbas here as well, and there may even be a red form kicking around somewhere. Some more Sarracenia seedlings. These guys are Flava Cooperia. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on the Venus flytraps today because I did a good video on them a couple weeks back. They're doing fantastic. Lots of different cultivators in the same pot. I removed the sphagnum moss because it was growing out of control, and actually like you couldn't see half of these guys, so I wanted to just remove it. I'm going to remove some of the flowers today. I didn't pollinate any of them this year from these guys. This is Oreophylla cross Flava. Nice coppery tops to them. Quite big. Very sticky with dew right now. Like if I touch it, it sticks to my fingers. You can see all the dew in there. Maybe you can see the dew. There you go. That is like sticky, sticky stuff I'm finding. Just going to wash my hands down here. Sticky. So anyways, they're doing well. They only get small amounts of insects in here, but what they do get, they really like. And yeah, I hacked this guy right back, so I was getting a few non-carnivorous leaves on it again, and it had 5 or 6 flowers on it. But that guy's on the top row. Let's just kneel down now. Not tons of room in here, so we'll see what I can do. These are the mini bogs. So I promised on my first update, my first showing of this little temperate greenhouse here that I did have sundews around. They just weren't up yet, and they have definitely come up now. So there are some temperate sundews, and they're actually appearing everywhere. There's some there and some over there. And this was my latest bog pitcher pot. It is just basically a bunch of hybrids and a couple species, but there's some nice looking ones in here. It's horrible backlighting right now, but I like that guy. He's got very black lips to him. This one here is kind of neat. Nice veining inside. Here is nice flava. Here's one of my seed growing. I was hoping for a bit more red in there. Here's another one over here. A bit more red, but what are you going to do? I like these guys. I like the shape of them. Nice little hybrids. Occasionally on hot days, especially this one for whatever reason, maybe because it's close to the door. When it was like 2 weeks ago, when it was like 35 degrees out, it was like 42 in here. And these guys got a little cooked as the pitchers were developing because they were so soft. But there's one that didn't get cooked. Nice red one back there. I can definitely see a few different clones in there, sorry. Or a few different species in there. That one is got a purpurea in, I think. What else do we have in here? This is a cute little one down here. It's like low growing still. Nice looking though. These ones are supposed to have like black, not only black lips, but like whole black trumpets. I haven't really seen that yet. But the moss is doing well down here. It's nice and humid in here. You can see the water level in the pot. There's a different sundew or rotundifolia. Getting kind of covered in the moss there. My big mouth flytrap is back in there. I almost lost him a couple years back. He came back from like nothing. Bunch of intermedia there. There's a close-up of my Sarracenia. This is my wisteria. We planted those from seeds. They're still in a 4-inch pot, but good plants on them anyways now. Nice and tall. We'll get rid of that. Palm trees. The ones that we grew from seeds together. Another seed-grown palm tree. They're all in here. They're temperate. They could be outside, but I'm giving them the extra sort of warmth in the daytime. This is turning into a crazy mess. I'm going to trim some pictures and some flower spikes and stuff like that today after I'm done filming. Get rid of that. Oreophylla. A few mixes in here. What's that guy? That's a Dixie lace. There are, unfortunately, it's a little tall because they need some more light. But those are my Leucophila. And unfortunately, they're just getting a little too tall for under here. They always get their tallest pitches at the end of the year. Some Judith Hindle back in there as well. What else? Typical typical Venus flytraps. Some more temperate sundews. These bog pots are really filling in nicely and just sort of doing their own thing. Just sort of discovering stuff. There's another sundew down there. Big purpurea there in the front. I don't know if you can see that. There it is. It's looking nice. So I'm going to remove all the flowers from that. Here is another bog plant, and I'm going to sit on this stool here for this one. You'll get kind of an overhead view of it. Another purpurea. He's big. He's taking up like a lot of the pot. Like a big area of it. He has a good span to him. From there to there. This is my one and only minor. It always gets sort of buried. It's coming along, I guess. But it's never been a big plant. I got it tiny. It's always been tiny. What else do we have in here? I forget what this guy is. Some sort of hybrid. Another Judith Hindle here. There's a nice Drosera rotundifolia. And another one back there. A bit of moss starting to grow in there. Some more sundews. I'm not sure what happened to them. They look like they got flattened. A couple ferns growing in there. I want to remove the ferns today probably. They just take up root space and water from the other plants. Some typical fly traps. There's some more there. So these things are just kind of doing their natural thing, and the only thing I'm going to do is remove the flowers today. And that's just a simple snip snip. None of them are pollinated because I didn't bother pollinating any of them. What else? My tray of sundews down here. At first it kind of cooked, and now it's come back with vengeance. My bonita has been flowering away here. Nothing's open now, of course, but it looks like it was open earlier today. They have white flowers, and lots of them. My Alice sundews here, they have pink flowers. They're looking great at the back. As I say, they pouted at first. My Adelaide's coming back. It's pretty bright in here for Adelaide. And a few other little ones here as well. Even some temperate ones got in the mix. They just get everywhere. But they're starting to make a recovery. So that's good. Nothing has really died. It just sort of died back, and then, like I say, came back with vengeance. So that's good. But that's about all there is in here. I wish I'd found this little stool sooner. Yeah, you can even see like the pots are getting sundews in them. Those are temperate sundews, so they can stay outside. They'll just winter out there too. But anyway, there is an update on my mini bogs and my new temperate greenhouse. Oh, you know, on another note, because it is working out, I'm starting to reinforce it for winter because this thing is cheaply made. So I've added some extra poles onto the poles here, just with zap straps, and they've actually really sturdied it up. There's another one there, and another one here. It just sort of goes across the point here of all of them meeting. It makes it quite sturdy. This thing has been anchored back here to my railing, so it can't go anywhere. And when the wind gets whipping, I have, or to prevent it from like tearing at the seams, I've actually gone over a lot of the seams with box tape. And box tape sticks to this material like crazy. I've used it in the past for other little greenhouse projects and stuff. And so I've gone across even like areas like this. You're not going to see it very well on camera. And wrapped it around sort of the edges so that when the wind blows, instead of this thing pushing, it's going to hit the box tape, and the box tape isn't going to flex as much, so it's going to put less stress on the seams. And I did that up top here as well. It's going to be hard to see because it's dewy, but right along here is some tape. There's tape on the inside and the outside. It goes right over this bar here. Sorry, it's super bright. It's not going to focus properly probably. And again, it just stops it when the wind gets whipping. The tape is what sort of comes to the tightness first, and it leaves my seams alone. So far it's been working good. I think I'm going to do a bit more taping because it's just, the tape is basically like somebody holding that area so that when the wind blows it doesn't strain the seams, because that's how it's going to get wrecked, is these seams are going to go. But yeah, the tape's working good, and I've got it across, whoa, dropped the camera. Got it across the roof, and yeah, so far so good. So I don't have any more poles to reinforce these things with like this. But they noticeably help, so I don't know if I'm going to track down some metal poles somewhere, or even use like bamboo across these things just to give it some extra sturdiness. And I mean, it's pretty sturdy now. We've survived some big winds. Outside you can see some shade cloth that I just sort of flop over the whole thing when it gets hot out. That's a little extra that I've done as well. But yeah, being it's the middle of July, we already got to start thinking towards fall storms, and this thing surviving the wind. It's not going to be heated. It's just going to be a bit warmer than outside. And it's going to be a good spot to store all the temperates. All the cypripedium orchids, stuff like that are going to, I think, come into here. So anyway, that's it for this update. If you want to see more videos like this, make sure you subscribe to my channel. As always, thanks for watching.